Waiting. Hold up. Wait. Wait. Dang, how many pictures I got, bro? Wait, you guys. Wait. There we go. So I'm in New York City. Okay. We are in New York. What's it? In New York. Love strings, red beans, gravy, tomato. What did that girl say? This is what happens when you leave your gauges out too long. Honestly, you see, I'm trying to yam it back in there, but you gotta be gentle. Fun fact, you guys, I did blow out my eardrums, but just one time though. And honestly, once you start getting to these bigger sizes, you really gotta be careful. I remember this girl I used to work with way back in the day. She had some pretty big gauges. I think they were like this size right here. Maybe they're a little bit bigger. But I was asking her, how did she put her gauges in? And honestly, she gave me some bad advice. I mean, it's okay advice, but it's not that great. She was like, "Look, I'm gonna tell you what to do. When you're trying to size up, go from like here to here, you want to take. It's called a taper, okay? It's like an ice cream cone, but just small and hard plastic. And you slide it in your ear. So just imagine an ice cream cone, but just like this big. You start with the pointy side, and then you push it to your ear, and then eventually the it's gonna come in your ear. Pause. But this part right here is gonna go down to a point. So while you're pushing it in, it's like slowly stretching and stretching and stretching. As you said, you want to do this when you're in the shower, when your ears are like the softest and the most relaxed. And you think about it, and you're like, you know what? Surface level, that does sound like a pretty good plan. And then you try it out, and you're like, yo, a little bit of soap, you know what I'm saying? Get your ears nice and warm, with the hot water hitting on it. Slide that taper right in there. It goes straight in. But, I mean, at the smaller sizes, yeah, it's gonna slide right in there. Pause. But like if you're trying to make a jump from like here to here, you can still slide it in, pause, but you might hear like a popping sound. Once you hear that popping sound, just know that you're screwed, okay? That means you've officially blown your eardrums out. Take the taper out, take the gauges out, and just leave them out, okay? Your ear, it has to repair itself and heal itself at this point. And if you don't take it out, your ear is going to start to bleed. It's going to get pussy. It's going to get infected. And then it's going to swell up. And it's going to look like a giant keloid. It's going to look like your ear is trying to eat your ear. And it's going to stay that way for probably like a week, maybe a week and a half. It will heal, okay? Things will get better. But your ears are going to be on fire for like a week. It's going to look absolutely disgusting. It's going to be like blood and white pus coming out of your ears. After your ears have healed, then, give it probably another week, just for your ears to relax. And then you can try stretching your ears again. But you'll have to start with like 2 sizes smaller than what you initially started with. So that's what happened to both of my ears. I blew them out. And honestly, I wanted to go one size bigger, so my ears were gonna like look like maybe like this, maybe like this. But I'm kind of scared, so I pushed out. Okay, I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that again, because I don't want to risk blowing my ears out and having them swell up and like being all white, pussy, and bleeding everywhere. Pause. Yeah, it wasn't a fun time. And so yeah, I don't recommend anyone doing that to their ears. I did this a long time ago, so that's how they look. That's how they came out, and I'm just gonna keep it that way. I thought about stretching my nose because one of my close friends, my neighbor, he has a septum pierced too, but he stretched it so he has a much thicker ring in his nose. It looks really cool, but I'm not as hardcore as him, and I don't think I want to stretch my nose. I think that that would be extremely painful. I had a terrible time getting this, so I'm not doing anything else to my nose. And often at times, I flip this ring up because I feel like it's a bit too much. You know, got the big ears, got this in the nose, this in the face. So it's like, I don't want to stump on them too much 24/7. So I often flip this up so people can't even see that I have my nose pierced. Yesterday, what is that, a hair on my beard? Yeah, someone's getting fired. Do you see that? Y'all see that? I just found a hair on my beard. Whose hair is that? Anyways, old girl, she was asking me about piercings last night. Asked if this one hurt. And you know, a lot of people, they asked me about this one, but honestly, this was like the most least painful out of almost everything I got. They put a clamp right here on your face, and the clamp hurts more than the needle, okay? So it just pinches your skin like this, and then he just bloop, slides the needle through. It was like 1 second. The needle didn't hurt that bad. I mean, obviously, anytime you get any sort of piercing up here, you're gonna cry. Actually, I don't think I cried with this one. I was a man this time around. My ears, they did well swell up. But all of this right here, like 2 days later, because you pierced this, your eyes underneath here are gonna pool up with blood. And it's gonna look like you got stomped out. It's gonna look like you got into a bar fight with like 8 dudes and you lost. You're gonna look terrible for like the next 2 to 3 weeks because it's just gonna be blood pulled up here, and then it's gonna get dark purple, then it's gonna get black, and it's gonna stay that way for a long time. But it doesn't hurt. It just looks bad. So that is why I would also recommend not getting this piercing. Wouldn't recommend anyone getting this piercing, especially for girls, because having your nose pierced, the septum, is the universal sign that you're a whore. It means that you're just sexually open. You're down for anything. As a guy, it can mean one of two things. It can mean that you like it in the chili ring, or it can mean that you're a rock star. So again, just depends on who you are. But there's a sweet spot in your nose. Pause. There's like a little tiny piece of skin, and if the piercer hits this piece of skin perfectly, you won't feel a thing. You won't feel nothing, right? It just goes bloop, and then it's done. When I got mine done, he missed it, and he just stabbed all the meat up there. And I got this done when I was 19, so 10 years ago, I got my nose pierced. It was my first piercing too. And I can still vividly remember this memory because it sucked so bad. And it just felt like he had a hook and he was just slowly turning it and pushing it through my nose. And I can remember my face looking like this. I'm like, are you done? Are you done? Is he done? Is it through? Did you push it through? And then finally, I could hear like a little, and I'm like, oh. He got to the other side, and it was like, wow. It was like the biggest release of my life. Pause. Visual Inspires EIT Neat says, do you know an MIT guy? Today is his birthday. Yo, where are my mods at? I know I haven't been streaming every day, but I have at least like 2 mods. And anytime I come on stream, I know you guys, you get a message to your phone, you get notifications, and it says Cornelius Gore live. So when you see that, you need to join the live stream immediately. I don't care what you're doing, okay? I don't care if your girlfriend is in labor. I don't care if you're at, your mother's funeral. I don't care if you're, taking the SAT. When you see that YouTube notification that says Cornelius Gore is live streaming now, you click on it immediately. Why? Because, especially if you're a mod, I need you here in the chat to block people like Visual Inspires IT Neat. Okay, why have we allowed this guy to go unchecked for this long? He comes in the chat every time and he says the same thing. Thank you. But honestly, I don't know who this is. Honda 8144. He resembles someone that I used to know way back in the day. But honestly, I can't say if this is the same person. They may have switched up on me. I don't like changes. I might be autistic. But you know, like what's his name? Robert Downey Jr. said, you never go full retard. So keep that in mind, you guys. Autism is a spectrum. I feel like a lot of people are on it. But also, you know, and I had to check myself the other day. I did a little bit of self-reflection about a week ago. And I may have to issue an apology towards someone in my past. I'm a very peaceful person, but to this person I was very hostile. Came off kind of rough towards them. Because on the outside, right, and I don't know a lot of people's interiors, you know, what their true motives are. You know, maybe this person still is a complete piece of shit. I don't know for sure. But there was something that, you know, just really sparked in my mind that maybe I need to just take a step back and really look at this a lot deeper. Is, you know, this person may actually be retarded. And you guys, y'all have known me for a long time. I don't make fun of retarded. Retarded. I don't actually call these people retarded because that's highly offensive. But people with severe mental disabilities and learning disabilities, mentally handicapped. You guys know, and you should know by now, I don't make fun of these people, okay? They're amazing human beings, just like me and you know, and we all have problems. And, you know, that's just so distasteful to make fun of people like that. But I often forget that, you know, we have like psych wards and then we have like facilities specifically for people with severe learning disabilities, you know, autism, Down syndrome, stuff like that. But also, I don't know about you guys, but I often forget that a large portion of the population is also severely mentally disabled. Undiagnosed. Undiagnosed. Hold on. I'll get right back to that thought. It's 99 Honda Civics. I don't know why it's showing that now. Nah, I think you hacked 99 Honda Civics account and now you're trying to pass as some new nigga named Honda 8144. I'm not trusting that. I think that you might be a hacker or some sort of Russian spy. How's Mama Sita doing today? I don't know how Mama Sita is doing because she's not here and she hasn't been here all week. She's out of the country. No bat. That's actually all factual. She's not here, and she hasn't been in this country for like a few days now. So, if you guys want to know how Mama Sita is going, Mama Sita is doing, go follow her on her Instagram, where she's posting her best life somewhere on the beach, somewhere in the Mediterranean Sea. I don't know. I'm not there. As you guys can see, I'm in New York. Anyways, back to my mentally retarded friend. This is a person, and you know I talked about him before. No, no one likes him. Okay, maybe that's harsh. Okay, I shouldn't say no one likes him, but you know, we all have those people in our life that's like, like we tolerate them. Okay, we don't really bang with them, but it's like Nah, whatever. And me, I'm not a hater. Okay, I don't hate on anyone. So if I really don't like a person, just know I have a good reason to not like them or to not fuck with them at all. But you know, this dude, he's arrogant. He's uh he's loud. He talks too much. Um, and it was another thing I had to say about him too. But yeah, man. As I really sat and I analyzed, because you have many, you have interactions with these type of people, whether they're in your family or you work with them, some sort of coworker. But if you really think deeply and like analyze someone's speech patterns, which I wasn't doing with this person, but when I did, I noticed. I'm like, yo, it's like all the puzzle pieces fit together perfectly. I'm like, this nigga's autistic, bro. That's why he's so off. Like, why didn't I see this sooner? Like, I just thought like he's just, just like a shitty person. Just have just has a terrible personality. You know, just someone you don't want to be around. And I hate using the word narcissist, but I guess like borderline narcissist, or probably like borderline personality disorder, perhaps bipolar. I don't know. I'm just throwing out every term that the general public uses. But if you were to meet this person and you're somewhat coherent, you would like probably say the same thing, because a lot of people say the same thing about this person. But just someone that's just like, like. But then I was watching, uh, I forgot who it was, some apologists, and they were saying, how if you were to sit down with a saint and talk about someone you hate or someone you really don't like, that saint would be able to make you see that person you don't like as a saint. And so that's something that, I've been recently thinking about. So, try not to see the flaws in people, but, to see them as actual human beings, and to realize that, everyone, for the most part, is doing the best that they can. But just trying to really understand some of the behaviors coming from people, it clicked, and I'm like, oh man, you know, I often call people retards a lot because their behavior. And really, by retards, I mean this is someone who has the capacity to utilize intelligence. They just choose not to. They've chosen to willfully dumb themselves down. That's a retard. But and that very well be the case still with this individual. But in addition to that, I think that this person and a lot of other people may be dealing with you know autism, or like bipolar. Just they haven't been properly diagnosed. The majority of the population has some form of like ADD or ADHD, which that's not even a debate. Like, I'm pretty sure like almost everyone has that. But after working so closely with certain individuals, I'm starting to see it a lot clearer. I'm just like, wow, this person is showing like so many signs of autism. So then that helps me kind of relate to this person a little bit better, because I have more sympathy for the person now, because I'm like, oh, their brain is not functioning right. That's why they're not able to like function as like what we would call like a normal human being in society. They can't pick up on social cues. They don't know when to shut up. In addition to that, a lot of people have been traumatized as kids, and they haven't dealt with that or gotten over those things yet. So you know it's a lot of This is my beer. It's a lot of baggage that homies is dealing with, and so I'm trying to be more sympathetic to what people got going on, because life is hard at times, and I'm not trying to make anyone else's life harder than it should be. Trying to alleviate that burden for my fellow brethren. You feel me? Last night, yo, we cooked some chicken, some chicken nuggets, or I don't even know if they're chicken nuggets or chicken strips. They're like whatever's in between a nugget and a strip. That's what I fried last night. So I got these deep fryers outside. I finally turned them on after 6 months. They just been sitting out here, and I'm like, yo, I need to fry something now. I didn't just pay like 100 euros to not use this fryer, so I need to put it somewhat to use. So I put the chicken nugget strips into the fryer, came back inside. I'm watching, I can't really watch the fryer through the window, but like I can see out there. I still know it's going on, it's cooking. I get on my laptop. I become so preoccupied with what I'm doing on my laptop, I forget, dang, my chicken nugget strips have been sitting here in the fryer for like more than 10 minutes. So I run outside, I take the chicken out. They appear to be okay. I still didn't eat them yet because I was fasting yesterday for religious reasons. But anyways, I put some Thai sweet and sour sauce on the chicken nugget strips, shook them up into a plastic container, so I could get like a nice sweet and spicy coating on the outside of these chicken nugget strips, and then I just left them on the counter to cool so that I can have them for tomorrow. Just throw them in the microwave, heat them up, and then I was gonna eat them. Fast forward to today, didn't even end up getting a chance to eat them because my job took me out to eat. We went to this Asian restaurant today. It's quite nice. I've been there a few times. And man, they gave me like a mountain of Asian noodles and chicken. And so I'm still stuffed. I ate that at like it was like 1 o'clock I ate that. It's almost 9:30 now. I haven't eaten. No, I actually no. I had a coffee after that, and I had a pistachio brownie, my guy. That was delicious. I don't know if you got like, I don't know why pistachio was taken over, but I'm all here for it. I know y'all was going crazy. Like every like 3 months we have a new like dessert craze. Like we had the whole Dubai thing going on, and then before that it was something else. But yo, I don't know if it's just this area or if like the rest of the world is like on this wave, but this pistachio tip, this is where it's at. Like they got these pistachio donuts, pistachio cream filling, but man, today that pistachio brownie, that was otherworldly. That was crazy. But shout out to my client. They really held it down with the food today. Um, yeah, and shouts out to the Asian restaurant. I forget the name of it, but whenever I drive by you in the next couple of days, I'll give y'all a shout out. I might go by there and do a food review too. But yeah, that's about it. All right, you guys, I'm gonna kill stream. I'm gonna finish this beer. Oh, y'all can't even see that. Yo, my beer looks like the Eiffel Tower because I'm in New York City right now. I said we smoking at Eiffel Tower. Hey, yo, we smoking Eiffel Tower. Not really though. We drinking. All right, I'm finna go and watch Snowfall in New York City because, as you can see, I'm chilling in a penthouse right now in YC. And I don't know, man. We might hit some push-ups tonight. Yo, I got the whole brib to myself, and what do I do? This is what happens when you get old, you guys. When you get old, you get the whole house to yourself. What do you do when you're a teenager? You invite every person you've ever met in life up until that point, and you throw the craziest rager. What do you do when you're almost 30 years old? You go to sleep, or you watch Snowfall and hit geek pods and drink beer alone. That's what happens when you get old. So, um, yeah, I'm about to binge watch Snowfall for the next like 13 hours. And then after that, um, yeah, I'm gonna be cooked because I decided to cancel my Wi-Fi plan. So my Wi-Fi ends in, what's today? The 14th or the 15th? If today's the 15th, that means I got like a day and a half before my Wi-Fi goes out. And I didn't purchase another Wi-Fi plan. I canceled my Wi-Fi plan not because I'm broke. Okay, I have money, you guys. I don't want to pay that much money I was paying for Wi-Fi when I know people pay a lot less and they have better Wi-Fi. So I bought my Wi-Fi like 6, 7 years ago. And at that time, he was like, "Oh, you gotta purchase this package because this is the high speed 500 megahertz, whatever." And at that time, that was like the highest, but that was like, almost 10 years ago. And this Wi Fi, I'm not gonna say it sucks, but it's slow. And I have 5G unlimited data, so I don't even need Wi-Fi. The only people that use Wi-Fi here at my house is like people who come and visit, my kids, because I mean they watch YouTube like every morning, or they want to watch some movie, and then Mama Sita when she comes here. But no one's here this week, and I'm not even using Wi-Fi right now. I'm using 5G, so it's like, yo, I'm just paying money for Wi-Fi for what? I don't even use Wi-Fi. In fact, hopefully I'll be able to take this trip, going on vacation in a couple weeks. I actually need to holla at my people at O2 and see if I can get this phone plan upgraded. Cause like when I'm traveling, like outside of the country, I still need to be able to go live so I can come talk to y'all. Like, how's that gonna be? Like, yo, I'm in London, I'm in France, um, I'm in Denver, or like I'm in LA, and I can't even go live unless I got an eSIM. But I tried to do that last time, and it was acting real funny. I don't like that, so I'd rather just have everything built in. So I think I might do that instead. So yeah, I'm on season 3 of Snowfall, and honestly, I don't think I'm gonna make it through 3 more seasons before these 2 days are up. So yeah, I don't know, and I don't know when I'm going to get another Wi-Fi plan so that I can watch this. I mean, I could just get Disney Plus on my phone. You know what? I might just do that. I think, you see, this is why I like talking to you guys, right? Because, you know, I'm throwing ideas out. Y'all are giving me feedback. We're seeing what's sticking to the wall. And yeah, I think I'm going to just go ahead and download Showtime and probably like Hulu or Disney Plus on my phone and just, watch these shows from my phone. Yeah, I'll probably just get rid of my TV. I don't even know why I have a TV, bro. Like, it's on right now. We're not even watching it. But all right, you guys, we just hit the 30. Yo, I don't know if y'all seen it. I seen it though. We peaked twice in this stream. Appreciate you guys popping in here. As always, I might see you guys tomorrow. I don't know. I'm not gonna hold you, okay? And I'm not gonna tell you guys any lies, cause I used to be lying like that. I'd be like, "Yo, I'll see you guys tomorrow," and then I just don't come. And deep down, I kind of felt bad. But we're not gonna do that anymore. So we'll play it by ear. And I'll just say this: we'll see. Okay, that's not a definite yes. I'm showing up tomorrow, but we'll see you guys. Okay. So with that, go do something with your lives. I'm out of here, and I love you guys. And God loves you. And when I say God, I mean Jesus. Jesus loves you. Don't do any crimes tonight. Be good.